After the hurricane, after we got the all clear to go back home, it was safe for us to go home. And then we took care of the patients that came in. I went home. And so I had been 2 weeks in Hurricane Harvey, 4 days in a hospital. And then I get a phone call from my mother and telling me, Luisito, that's what she calls me, your sister is sick. My sister has a congenital disease. It's called muscular dystrophy. And, this is one of the reasons why I think I became a nurse or became a healthcare provider, because since I was a kid, I was her protector. I was the person that moved her around from the wheelchair to the bed. And this is during a time where it was the highest volume amount of patients that came to the hospital in South Florida. So all the hospitals were completely overloaded. So we sat in the waiting room. My sister could barely breathe. And now I found myself in the other side where I was the family member depending on this hospital worker to tell me how my sister was doing. It was very gut-wrenching because, knowing when you have a medical background and you're hearing all these terms like respiratory distress, shortness of breath, pneumonia, and she progressively got worse. We ended up buying one of these dry erase boards, and so we gave it to her to communicate. The whole time everybody's crying around here, we're miserable, I'm miserable, and she just found the strength to just calm us. I couldn't believe how strong she was, and sitting in the ICU, barely could breathe. Her vital signs were all just she was in complete septic shock. And all of a sudden she's telling me and my family, don't give up. I know where I'm going. And she already knew her fate. At the time was almost like torture, like there's nothing I could do. And I do all these amazing things. And there my sister was laying and I couldn't do anything. And a couple days later, on September 23rd, she ended up, we ended up basically withdrawing care because she had no more oxygen to her brain. I've been in situations where I tell family this information, and it's gonna rock their world. Their life is gonna change forever. And when the medical teams came up to us and were giving us the news, they rocked our world, man. And I was on the other side, and I just couldn't believe I was on that side. It was very powerful. And just before I experienced this, I don't know, I never felt that. So now moving forward, when I tell families this, I immediately think of myself in that situation. I'll never forget it.